I've spent over $21,000 on Whiteout Survival in 126 days, and I'm headed into this fast now because I had trouble with my streaming setup tonight. So hopefully I'm live now, and hopefully if you guys are seeing this, haven't done any streaming in a while, but a lot of people were asking for Bear Hunt. I do have all the buffs enabled from Castle Battle today, and I was trying desperately to get this bear stream set up while I was in the middle of playing as well. So there are some changes since the last time I streamed Bear Hunt. We are doing timed rallies now, so that's been fun difference. Oh, let's see, where are we? Make sure I'm all disheveled now. Hey, thanks for joining. I'll show my when I get a minute in between rallies here. I don't know if you're joining a little late. I had everything was all sideways because my streaming setup got reset on me because I installed the new version of OBS. So I'm in the middle of trying to get calm down and get my bearings here. So bear with me for a minute. Haha, that's a good pun. Bear with me. I'm doing bear trap. Let's see. So let me let this, well, I guess I got a minute now. So since last oh, and I need to clear this, or that red dot will kill me. We got a quick minute. This is my primary lineup now, with Geronimo gear looking like this, and Mia's gear, and Alonso's gear. So that's what we're running with, my primary bear rally now. Oh, we're doing timed rallies, so I have to watch for these returns because we can get a lot more rallies out this way, which a lot of you had recommended to me. It does work nice. Am I still thinking about transferring? No, right now my mindset is trying to help this state, because you never know when you transfer. You never know what you're getting yourself into. I can be leaving one set of problems for a whole different set of problems. So my focus right now is trying to help this state. I've been doing tours in the top 5 alliances, been trying to make good relationships with everybody, doing some voice chat among the alliances, trying to get a good vibe going here across the state, and we'll see how that goes. If all my efforts fail, then I will have no choice but to transfer at that point. But I'm going to try my best not to transfer first. I'm going to try to help the people that are here and help the friends that I've made here make the best of it first. We got some returns coming in. Are these people? Yeah. And I'll take a look at... I knew they were coming back. All right. I'm going to let that sit for a minute. Yeah, I'm trying my best to try to help the state first. So take a look at generally I haven't really had to worry about our rallies. People got their stuff together now. Well, usually they'll send the strongest heroes here. Take a look at the bear damage right now. Like I said, I'm a little off my game right now because I was desperately trying to scramble to get things going. But this is what things are looking like right now. I'm hoping today is actually my first. This will be on the stream that I achieve this, but I believe this is going to be my first 1 million. With any luck, this will be my first if I don't get caught talking to you guys too much, like I do sometimes. This should be my first 1 million point bear trap, I think. Oh, he's already almost full. That's almost full already. Yeah, why don't I have all... I should have at least 5 out. But all my... Let's see. There we go. Does your state have Tundra League yet? No, not yet. Great videos. Thanks. I try. I do my best. See what the score is looking like. Ooh, got a lot more work to do if I want to get to the 1 million tonight. This capacity was fun. What's your capacity these days? I know a lot of people watch me. I got a mixed crowd. Some people feel like they're actually learning stuff from me, even though they've been playing the game. 1 billion. Nice. But 2 mil. Nice. I'll get there someday in the distant future. For me, this is an account milestone. But I know some people that watch me say they like watching this for the nostalgia because, you know, you kind of can't go back and you forget what it was like to be excited by your first 1 million point bear, you know? So I really do hope that this is my, you look, and I have a quick minute. I think I do have a quick minute. My most recent achievement was this 940. Can you see that? I can't move my head. I'd have to move all the way over here. So that was my most recent bear trap high. And what I've been doing is going around visiting alliances, and not all the other alliances are as strong as ours. So my bear scores were kind of down for a little while. They're not only are they strong, they're not as active. So it was like we weren't getting full rallies. Speaking of which, I haven't really been checking this, but I haven't really had to check these in detail in a long time. Usually everybody sends the right thing these days. We did try to do a cap like of 120, but I don't really police it that. And, you know, trying to look at the mix, but I don't really police it much anymore because once we made the announcement and we had to kind of watch it carefully a couple times, everybody kind of gets it now. So I think it's been working all right. Oh, you didn't watch the Meteor March video. That's a good video. No, well, now it's been spoiled. Now the excitement's been spoiled. Yeah, I got the Meteor March. Globe skin soon. I don't think so. I was doing some math today, and in the worst case, I know it's probably unlikely to hit the worst case, but worst case scenario, it looks like it's like 16 million more VIP points, which equates to something around $70,000 max. You know, that's if I don't. Basically, it's 240 VIP points per dollar if you calculate all the VIP points from like $5 all the way up to $100 and then like average it all out. That's like a 240 VIP points per dollar, which to me is kind of worst case. If I do, you know, more efficient spending than that, then it can be substantially less. It can actually be half that amount, but it would take a lot longer because you'd only be buying $5 packs. Because at the $5 rate, it's more like 500 VIP per dollar. Our 2 whales just got Globe 2, absolutely nuts. Wow. When somebody asks me what is Globe, I usually point them to the Vegas's account with the Golden Globe. Let's see what the damage is looking like now. Oh, we're getting there. It's going to come down to the wire. I'll just send this one out. T12s will be so expensive. Yeah, I heard a lot of people talking about that. You didn't get, YouTube didn't give you a notification? I assume you have notifications turned on, right? This is going to be a little bit of a short stream, although I could hang out for a little bit because I installed a new version of OBS and it completely obliterated my keys, my authentication keys with YouTube. So I had to go through all that all over again. How much you're hitting on your rallies now? Still impressive growth. Wait, where's the bear hunt reports? No, I need... There's one. Not too bad. Want to make sure I don't miss some of these. Because I am... As long as I don't lose focus, I'm dangerously close to hitting that. It looks like I'm... looks like I'm safe to hit it, I think. What's your rank for KOI? I have not been pushing KOI for 2 reasons. Number one, I don't really want... sometimes it's nice to give other people a chance, like, basically, because I've been doing so much spending on the account lately. I've been really trying to save as much as I can for SVS, and anything I do for power, I've been trying to make sure that I cover with equivalent purchases, which has been costing me a lot of money lately, because there's certain things I wanted to do for content. There's certain things I wanted to do because I'm visiting all these other alliances. So, I'm visiting these other alliances and I'm trying to kind of, gift them. Like, my purchases give them alliance chests. And in addition to that, I'm trying to help them with events and stuff, because they don't usually have access to somebody, with my power in the state. Some of them have some whales of their own, but they're, only one of them is close to me, I think, and she's been out sick. So I've been trying to kind of share the love and make friends and try to unify the state and all that. But as a result of that, anything I do, well, I'm trying to help them, I'm also spending as well. So I've been spending a lot of money lately. So I haven't really been pushing KOI. I've been just doing the bare minimum to get the basic rewards like anybody else would do. And so if I get some points doing ancillary things just because, then fine. I'm not going to worry about it because I am spending to cover. But I'm not pushing KOI. And that also gives other people a chance to grab it, They don't have to feel like they're competing with an unlimited budget. Funny to see those tiny numbers, though not tiny to me. Currently on Gen 15, State 31. Nice. We don't actually have... I think the way we see transfers is we're probably not going to get transfers open until May. I've been kind of thinking about how I'm going to play that. I think I see positive things going on in the state. So let me see where we're at. We're in 3 minutes left, so I'm not going to be able to call any more rallies. Just need to make sure I get these out. And I wonder if enough people got rallies out. But what I think I'm going to do is start trying to recruit for the state once I see things going well. But we want to be careful who we pull in. We don't want to get people who are like overpowered and could risk, upsetting the balance of power. People who are like, like-minded and want to actually try to help with state versus state. Whales are allowed to spend whatever they like as long as they help in SVS as well. Yep. I've heard a lot of people say that. There's mixed feelings on that, but that's what I think that's the approach that I have to, the mentality I have to work with. Finally alive. Yep. Hey, Ghost. I know it's been a while. Good call. Many states give up too early or too soon, but we all had a rough start. Yeah. We've definitely gone through some, growing pains, and I think we're still in the middle of them, actually. But I think I'm seeing a lot of promise and hope lately. Seeing people coming together, making friendships where there weren't before, starting to act like a whole unified state. I'm seeing a lot of that. We did something controversial recently with BIA. I don't know if you saw some of my most recent videos, but we tried to clear out all the inactive players. We did it, as I was trying to explain, in the most humane way possible, where we gave people much advanced warning, told them to shield up, join the top 5 alliance, or shield up to show us that you're active, and did a bunch of cleaning out so that the other, a couple different reasons for that, but to encourage the merging, and also so that the enemy states, if we get invaded, don't get free points on us. Oh, darn it. I think I missed that last one. All right. Let's see what things are looking like. Hey, there we go. 1 billion. Finally got a 1 billion. How is Meteor March shards right now? You got to watch my latest videos. Look at that. You see what that? Did you see that? I don't know if you caught it, but it's gonna be a spoiler now. How come just Lancer and Marksman? Because they give the highest points. So if you look at my lineup, I use the WAS Nerds spreadsheet to calculate the optimal percentages here. And for my current generation heroes and their current state, it's a very specific math in that spreadsheet. It turns out to be 3%, 26%, 71% is the optimal lineup for my primary rally. I know I did a bunch of talking when I last did lives on Bear, and there's different people having all these different wild theories about the percentages should be. It turns out that the percentage for your account is very specific, and you have, if you really want to know the perfect optimal number, it's WAS Nerds, it's WOS Nerds. There's a Discord channel. If you go searching for it, I think you'll find it. But they're easy to find, and there are a bunch of people who focus on, you know, trying to do WAS math. Like they collect data and try to do math and figure out optimal strategies and optimal numbers. And they have one for Bear, and I learned about it from the, what's that Rosetta thing with the Rosarian thing? They had like optimal things. The Rosarian works a little differently because widgets don't work against the Rosarian, but everything else does. So they had added a modifier to the spreadsheet. But essentially that's it. But coming back around, like the Bear is an attack exercise. So you only do damage with Lancers and Marksmen. So that's, if you have enough to send Lancers and Marksmen, that's what you want to send as a joiner. Yeah, check that out, WAS Nerds. It's very specific though. You have to go in and you have to look at your all power, then you have to take the gear off your hero and put it back on to calculate the before and after stats on the gear. And then you have to make sure you get your proper troop types, the widgets on your heroes, the level of your heroes. You do all that, and then you can put in any combination of heroes that you want to test the lineup, and it'll tell you what is the best lineup and what the percentages are for each one. So when you hear people saying stuff like, well, you know, whatever, 10, 90 is the best, or, you know, whatever number they throw at you, you know, 10, 20, 70, whatever number you hear them throw at you. Those are generalizations. If you really want to know the perfect score for your account, you got to do the math, you know, put it through the spreadsheet and it'll tell you. And you got to keep it updated. Like as things change on your account, you got to update it and it'll tell you the optimal number. I actually have that spreadsheet on my website from the latest V6 they have. Yep. I don't know if mine's V6. Yeah, so we did a lot more damage in these. Let's see. Where's one of mine? Here. It's one of the last ones. 151 mil damage. And I'm fully buffed tonight because of we did a castle. We did an internal castle battle for practice to try to work out some of our communication kinks and stuff. And I did actually get the Minister of Strategy scheduled for this because I knew I was going to try to get my 1 billion tonight. And I'm a little disappointed that I had to start the stream late, but there we go. Oh, I got even 1.2 billion for the personal high. Nice. Okay, let me move my head so you can see that. Oh, you saw it in the other report anyways. 1.2 billion. So for all you who think that's tiny, and I'm you know, giving you a sense of nostalgia, that score is very high for me. Excuse me. Let's see. They updated it recently, so I had the website. Oh yeah, okay. Maybe I might actually have, like, I don't know if it was, I got the version of the spreadsheet when they came out with the Rosarian update, and that may have been something like 5B or something like that. So I'll have to check out the version 6. When does the next gen come in for you? You know, it's something I haven't really focused on, but I think it's probably soonish. I'm probably in a couple of weeks, I would imagine. When does this transfer open? From what I understand, this is nothing, you know, I'm part of the content creator community as well now, so I have access to Discord where the content creators, and some of them been around for a long time, talk about this stuff. WAS will tell you officially that they don't promise you any specific transfer dates. In fact, a lot of people were surprised because I guess for the last 2 years or so, they did 6 weeks after the last event, and this time they only did 4 weeks. So by the estimations that everybody is pointing at, that we think it's going to be May. So at one point you were all at this level. Yeah. So we think it's going to be May, but again, we're going to try to be careful about, I think we are going to get into recruiting and asking for folks that are kind of a similar level of ours and similar mindset as ours, and see if we can find a good crew of people to come in and try to, replace some of the losses we've had in the state. Yeah, we don't have experts yet either. So I'm looking forward to experts, and I'm also looking forward to pets, because our current pets, I got to make sure I leave myself enough time to go do arena. I like to try to snipe it, and I do need a little break before the end of the day, and I'm going to do some recording. But this is the best pet we have right now, snow leopard, and there's some better pets coming. So we need the better pets, and we need experts. Do live arena. I don't have the energy. The problem with doing live arena is it's a half hour away, and I need a little break. And also, I get set up for recording, my daily recording, right after the reset, and I need some time to kind of see what's going on the calendar, reconcile, have a plan on what I'm doing, what I'm recording, that type of thing. So, are you planning to keep up this level of spending long term? Your journey is very entertaining. Man, let's talk real for a second. I started this journey as wanting to be an efficient whale. Now, I've had to define what I meant by efficiency several different times, and I still think I could defend being efficient most of the time. But there's a difference between budget and efficiency, right? So, you can spend a lot and still be doing it efficiently. So it's never been it was originally about the amount. I had a fixed budget I was going to try to do for all of 2026. But between being a content creator and all the special events we had, I broke this seal where I realized there's no way I'm going to be able to stick to that. And so, that was that. And so, I don't think I can afford to keep up this level of spending that much. The only kind of revenue I have coming in from this at this point is a trickle of money that I get from YouTube advertising. That's it. So, no, I'm not sponsored. So I don't get any money from WAS. I'm an official content creator, but all that really does is give me access to the creator community on Discord, and I can post my videos on the Discord. That's what it means to be an official content creator without being sponsored. I think some people are sponsored. I think, there's a couple high profile WAS creators that are sponsored, but not me. I am not sponsored. Try to have friendships with the state that are near you so you can recruit them. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, the arena is something. Here's the deal with arena. Because I'm not, let me show you what I'm talking about here. Because I'm not nearly the big fish in the pond anymore. We've got these mega whales spending like crazy, having 5 heroes full of gear, completely maxed out. Check this out, right? And look at the state number, not too far from, we're 3794, that's 3792. We've got these mega whales in here. Arena isn't entertaining to me anymore. I do it just to try to get as close as I can get to the top, but there's no way I can get to the top anymore. They've learned my sniping tricks. There's nothing I can do, so it's not particularly entertaining. As a content creator, I don't think particularly entertaining to do arena. It's actually quite frustrating to me, so it's not fun. my gear is not way behind. My gear is not way behind. It's all relative, right? It's how much money are you going to spend? I'm only 126 days in, so they are also, but they've just spent a lot more. So they've probably spent double. So, the daddy you need to speak to. So that's the problem is that if we're worried a little bit that if we have an imbalance of power, then whoever comes in can basically, pwn us if they desired to or got upset or something like that. So we need to be careful about transfers. People nowadays are spending crazy. We have some whales in neighbor states that gone over 2 billion power in globes. Yeah, and we've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen people in the same very similar states as ours, state numbers as ours, that already had they had meteor. There's a guy in the low spend account that I was in who hit Meteor March, I want to say a full 3 weeks before I did. And that state was, 3 weeks behind our state. So yeah, people are spending crazy. Please go all out on your next SVS. Don't hold resources like last SVS. Yeah, I don't think I'll do that again. Just because it wasn't really fun either. But in part, it was to try to. I was just frustrated with things going on in the state. So, state 4,000 has 3 meteor marches. Yeah. So we don't have. Let me see. I'll show you my power. The power in the state right now. We had some whales. Put my head over here for a minute here, but we had some whales. Like Queen Candy was ahead of me for the longest time. I think the only reason I'm ahead of her now is because she's been sick and out. Yzma I talk to all the time. These two, Hunty and Ying, have started kind of growing their account more recently. Ruby was a whale for a long time. You know, these are, now we get into like mini whales. But if I was to say who's actually whales, like real whales here, it's probably the top 3 here. Me, Queen Candy, and Yzma. Hunty and Ying are getting there. Maybe they don't want to admit it yet, so maybe they'll even press further, but they have obviously pressed quite a bit of power. But I don't know, you know, it's all relative, right? Like in this state, this is where things are, and I am currently the biggest whale. It could be that some point, you know, Yzma decides he's going to spend more, and he'll spend more than me, and, you know, your gear will belong to Joiner soon. Well, it depends, you know. Let's... the labyrinth scores. Here's where labyrinth scores are. So yeah, and as you can see from these scores, but then again, Queen Candy is probably not well represented here because she's been sick, so she probably hasn't played Labyrinth. But this is what Labyrinth's looking like. So but it's all relative, right? It's relative to your state, because if I was in one of those other states with like Daddy Slap or whatever, he'd be outspending me probably 2 to 1, it looks like. Pretty close to that. So yeah, so this is the thing. I have no illusion that there won't be somebody else who, somebody asked for pet power. There won't be somebody else with stronger heroes because they've been around longer, you know, stronger power, more power because they've been around longer or because they spent more. Like there's always going to be somebody who's more powerful or who spends more than you. So I'm not going to enter into the arms race, you know, financial arms race with people in the game. I'm going to do what I'm doing for the purposes of, you know, this content. And this is my story, my journey one way or another. Right now I'm a whale in this state. Maybe there'll come a day that I won't be, you know, that it's just going to, you know, you'll have to follow the journey. It's part of the what I'm doing is kind of documenting my journey. Yeah, and people who already have a globe this early in the game, like, it's crazy. Yeah, other people have unlimited money. And I am trying to spend efficiently. So I've heard of people who have been like, you know, oil tycoons and stuff like this, who drop like $50,000, $60,000 in the game in the first 2 months. Like, wow, well, congrats to you. I don't have that kind of disposable income. I'm doing this with, I did this off an original investment. You know, so so none of this money was tax write-off for me from the beginning to try to grow this channel and grow a community around it to help with the game. So I make great money and can't budget all this. Yeah, I mean, you have to be careful. It's easy to get there. Yeah, so we'll see how things go for me. I think you're on the same pace as our biggest player, who's now in a decent place in neighboring states, but in early days the gap was very big compared to other states. Yeah. Yeah, Las Vegas, that account is just incredible, insane. Budget $1,000 a week to the game. Yeah, I've been really much. I mean, I spent $1,000 on one day when I wanted a Meteor March, just because that was for content, because I wanted it. And I, you know, I wanted, it was so close to Meteor March, and I wanted to kind of make a big moment of it. But I quickly realized, like, oh my God, like I needed to spend at least like $800, but I couldn't find all the smaller packs, so I had to spend $1,000 in it one day. But yeah, I'm gonna calm down now, hopefully, and try to be on pace. But you know, it's, you know, I'm either gonna have to make the decision to keep on upping my budget, and keep on trying to spend efficiently, or just realize that, like, you know what, some other people are gonna outspend me, and that may actually happen no matter what anyway. So also work a whole shift for the game daily. Yeah, you got, what I always say is you gotta work the real job to be able to feed the bear. Feed the developers. Yeah, so the thing about just this comment, if you prolong the spending, the packs are going to get better. Most of the early day whales stop, cut spending, and fall off pretty quickly. Here's the thing. So you said two different things there. The one thing I wanted to make sure that I was kind of early on, somebody suggested to me one of the ways I would be efficient is to like spend little now and spend more later when the packs get better. But I quickly realized that the trap in that equation. Essentially, the reason the packs get better is because the requirements get higher. So as the state develops, it takes more things. It uses more things to do the things. So like whatever it is, fire crystals, essence stones, etc. You need more of them as things progress. So the reason the packs get better, it just scales up with the game. There's this natural progression of scaling up. So it's not like the packs don't actually get better relative to the requirements in the game. And if you wait that long, sure, your money will go farther to get those things, but your account progression won't be the same, and you'll have lost a lot of power all along the way. You won't even be relevant anymore. So that's not really a valid strategy. What is your local time right now? It's I'm in East Coast US, so 7:44 p.m. But I need a break now. We're getting at 7:44. I need a break before getting ready for the nightly recording and stuff. So thank you very much for joining me. Until next time, I'll see you later. Take care.